Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get the updates. Here's for today's video. It's a mystery beer. It's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I try to test my palate, and what better way to do that than a mystery beer when you have literally no idea what it is. Beer's courtesy of Joe from the Beer PaTroll. Thank you so much, Joe. I really appreciate it. As I've always said, I'm sure if you watch my videos, you watch his, but if not, check him out. I'll link to his channel in the description box below. Had a few in a row where I didn't do that great on mystery beers, and then did really well in the last one, so I'm feeling a little bit of pressure. Was last time a fluke, or am I getting better? And then he does this to me. I don't know which way to hear. That looks the most fun, right? Way to face it. All right, so this could be a few things based on how it looks right off the bat. Could be like more of a, it's not quite orange enough for what I think like a West Coast IPA, in that family looks like. Could be like more of like a Vermont newer school IPA, but not full on like New England style. It could be like even like a Belgian style wit, an unfiltered, a lot of unfiltered lighter beers, whether ale or lager. So like, the way it looks, it's pretty open. It's probably not a stout. It's probably not a barley wine. But yeah, based on the look of the beer, it could be a lot of things. Head retention's good. That might be a clue. It's like, I can't even say off-white. I mean, that head is white. We're seeing some nice lacing sticking around and a little bit of legs. Interesting. Okay. Let's get into the aroma. Okay. So he sent off probably, I think it was 6 of them, wasn't it? I think, yeah, they were in like that make your own 6-pack from Wegmans. So, I just put them, he didn't like number them or anything, there was no special order to do them in. But the reason I'm talking about this is, so this is the second one from the most recent ones he sent. And I'm again getting a little bit of like a Belgian-y, not sour or wild, but like whispers of that. A little bit of bubble gum, which I could get in Belgian, like a wit beer, or it could be again an IPA based on the look, and some depending on the yeast and things, it can kind of kick out a little bit of a bubble gum thing. So narrowing it down a little bit, some nice orange. There's also this like almost like fruity pebble, kind of like a sweet, just like confectionery fruitiness is maybe a better way to say it, but like, yeah, it's kind of like that. But then there is like this vibrant orange and lemon zest also. It smells fantastic. Sometimes, you do a mystery beer, you kind of forget to talk about if you like what you're experiencing because you're so like trying to figure out what the heck it is. I like the smell of this actually quite a bit. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Joe. And guys, seriously, make sure you check him out if you don't. And his link will be his link to his channel will be in the description box below. Cheers. Okay. Are we doing back-to-back Omegang beers? I'm getting some like wit vibes. Because I get that light orange taste. It's, compared to a lot of things I drink, it's a little thin. It's not like water, but it is a little thinner. But some, a little bit of effervescence, but nothing too crazy either. A little bit, there is sweetness, but you get like a nice dry, almost dry chalkiness. I'm definitely thinking lower ABV, but then that dryness makes me think maybe there is a little bit more of an alcohol kick. And there's a little bit of leg. So the alcohol, I suck so bad at guessing the alcohol. It might be a little higher than I'm thinking. and it does have like a nice little light hoppiness to it. And like the aroma, it's I get a little bit more lemon than I get the orange actually. See, a couple of things kind of tripping me up right now. My wife and I just started watching a show, Dollface, and they were drinking mimosas, and my wife's like, "Oh, we should get mimosas." She's like, "Hey, remember that time at Omegang? I think it was I think it was there. Yeah, it was. Did a tour, and they were doing the pours, like the tasting part, and they did the wit, and the guy pouring is like, what's really nice is making a mimosa, but like a beer mimosa, with our wit instead of champagne. So then her and I tried it at home one time, and it was like really good. So she's like, "Hey, we should do that again." So I kind of have Omegang wit on my mind. Plus the last one was Omegang's Hennepin that Joe sent. So like I really want to say that beer, but then it's like no, just listen to your senses. Don't let all that other stuff cloud your judgment. Sometimes doing these you get into your own. At least I do. I get into my own head. It's light, citrusy. It has a nice dry that comes. It's more lemon than orange. And again, I said in the Hennepin one too, when I'm wrong, I have typically thought either Belgian-inspired beer or a lager. So now I'm also, because I'm getting a little bit of that Belgian thing. But I think it might even be Omegang, but I think it is a hoppy wit is what I would call this beer. A hoppy blonde ale, but like with a relative, I didn't say ABV. So I think this beer tastes sub 5. But again, because of like that drying a little bit on the glass, I'm gonna say 5.5. I'm gonna say 6. So it's not Omegang. Oh no, okay. I had an idea. You son of a gun. It is a lager. So I did the opposite. Talked myself out of it. Well, 5.2. So I was I just mangled that. Brewed by Ordinem Eccentrici Cactores. I don't know. Cool Ship Lager. Czech style blonde lager. Cool shipped and open fermented. Our Cool Ship lager is brewed using a traditional double decoction. I don't know what that is. Mash, and our copper kettle and hop with fine European noble hops. After the boil, it rests in our copper Cool Ship for 1 hour. It is then transferred over our Baudelot, Baudelot, I don't know what that is, cooler, down into open tanks for fermentation. After a cool fermentation using a classic Czech lager yeast, it is lagered at cold temperatures for several months prior to release. Several months? That's interesting. The open tanks, So that Belgian thing I was getting, could it be like when I smelled it and said it's not full on wild? This is just me kind of like trying to get better at doing this sort of a thing and doing beer reviews in general, let alone specifically mystery beers. I do get like a lagered funk thing, but it was coming across to me more like a little bit of a Belgian vibe. And I was saying like it's not full on sour or wild, but it's like in that like beginning process of that. So I'm wondering if that's part of it, like the open fermentation for a while. But I mean, clearly it's a lager. Clearly I was, mistaken. I'm not, trying to talk you or to talk myself either into like I did super well in this. It tasted lower ABV, but then it had some of these things that made me think maybe it's higher than I'm tasting, but I did think it was lower. It does, I mean, the taste in terms of like flavors I picked up on, it is very, very lemony, a little bit of that orange zest as well. It's lighter. It's definitely lighter than things I drink. It's more unfiltered than anything. It's just, again, as I'm trying to like it's like metacognition. I'm just trying to think about how I'm thinking about it. I don't know how I pick lager based on what I was tasting, but now that I know it's a lager, it's like, all right, so some of that funk smell was the lagered funk, like when you can smell and taste the fermentation. Okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, I knew it was a lower, lighter beer. I didn't think it had any adjuncts. I wasn't like, oh, it has lemon peel added. So, like, I don't know. C minus for the hard graders out there. I don't know. What do you think? Description box below. Joe, thanks for sending it. I really appreciate it. Obviously, as people know, watch this channel, I don't drink a lot of Pilsners. I don't drink a lot of lagers. I know Joe doesn't either. So these are always a trip to do, especially, as a mystery beer, because I don't know what it is to kind of see. And I to that point, though, that I don't drink a lot of these, I like this beer. I told you I like the aroma. I don't think I mentioned that in the taste. I like the way this beer tastes also, so that bodes well. Like, yeah, maybe I should throw them in the rotation a little bit more. I'm probably not going to, but maybe I should. Anyway, what do you think? Comment section below. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check out Joe if you haven't already. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, Pilsner in a 16-ounce can. Come on. Cheers.